Hey everybody, Dr. Nick Barnes here with Health from Within Family Chiropractic. We're a local health center here in the St. Louis region, bringing you guys truth about health and healing. And my mission is to transform the way that you view and manage your health in order to prevent and reverse sickness, symptoms, suffering, and disease, really so you can live to your God-given potential and so you can experience what abundant health not only feels like, but looks like. And so my vision for doing this workshop called MaxImmunity is to influence not just your life, not just your significant other's life, but your family's life, and most importantly, the generations to come. We know right now in our culture, we are being misled when it comes to the information from the media, even from medical journals, even from hospitals, from our pharmaceutical companies, insurance companies. And it's time that we step up and say, listen, I'm going to take responsibility for my health. And so if you're a patient or a future patient, one of the most important things that I want to make sure you recognize and realize is that I want to make sure at the end of the day, whether it's good or bad, the results in your health comes back to what we've done to our body or not done to our body for years, okay, for years. And so when it comes to the immune system, we know there's been a skyrocketing numbers of autoimmune disease. Cancer rates are going up. Kids are getting sicker younger. There's more antibiotic use than ever before right now. There's more vaccines, medications, different flu viruses, for instance, this crazy virus, COVID-19, popping up that may have always been underlying in our culture, but now we're more aware of it. And unfortunately, we're more fearful of it. And so I hope that through this workshop, not only is fear stripped away, but hope is being given to you, and that your body, that you know that your body is amazing and that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And right now on your behalf, your body is working for you, never against you. That your body is designed to heal from above down and inside out, and that literally your body's renewing, repaired, restored every single millisecond of the day, and it's working for you, never against you, regardless of how it feels, right? So I just wanted to pre-frame this workshop just with a good mindset, pump up talk, saying, hey, it's time that we look at our bodies not as broken, not as pieced together, but as healing machines, as health machines, and that the decisions that we make in our life and our health, whether that's getting an adjustment, whether that's changing what you're watching on TV, whether that's changing what you're putting in your mouth, whether that's the exercise that you're going to do at 5 a.m. starting tomorrow, or whether it's detoxing with certain supplements that we teach you to use, no matter what skill set you're learning or no matter what action steps you're applying, that we're moving in the right direction. That we're not looking for perfection, but we're looking for progress. And if we're in this together, which I hope that we are if you're watching this, that I want you to be encouraged to know that there's hope in health and healing and that you were created to heal. All right, sound good? So I'm going to be going back and forth through some, making the screen bigger, smaller, so I don't get too distracted. I'll be putting some things along the bottom of the screen just to give you guys the ability to reach out to us, ask us any questions. And you know, listen, guys, we're here for you. I'm here for you. We are your health family. So let's go ahead and get started. MaxImmunity, okay, MaxImmunity. And so we look and see what MaxImmunity is. We got to step back and say, okay, well, what's a natural immune response? Do we believe that there's a legitimate natural immune response in our body? And you know, really at the end of the day, do we trust it? And so the natural immune response is that if I'm exposed to a virus or a bacterial infection, my body innately builds up antibodies towards that. Sometimes if we're being exposed by touch, the touch to our skin, whether it's something we breathe in, something that goes into our mouth, into our nasal passages, whatever the case may be, if we're exposed to it, our body's already healing for us. It's already creating antibodies for us before we even feel the sickness, which is incredible. And I think it's amazing. It's like that our body's exposed to something, we fight it off, and we do it naturally. It leaves us immune to that virus for the rest of our life. Okay, so key word here is exposure. Exposure. That do we believe that being exposed to something, virus, bacterial infection, fungus, mold, whatever it is, do you think the exposure causes sickness, or do you think the ability to not be able to respond to the exposure is what causes you sickness? And newsflash, it's the latter, right? And so it's not just exposure that makes you sick, because guess what? We all need exposure to something, to some things to live. And by the way, we have 380 trillion viruses that live inside of us right now. Inside your body, there's 380 different trillion viruses that live inside of you, and we may be scared of 1 or 2 or 3, who knows, right? So Is it logical to be fearful of exposure, or is it more logical to be concerned, not fear, but concerned with your body's inability to adapt to the exposure? And once again, I think it's the latter, right? So my goal is to have you have confidence in the host or in your body's ability to adapt to the exposure, because an exposure is what requires a natural immune response, and that's what I'm going for. That's what we're going for. Okay. So just where have we learned our mindset? Has it been from the media? Has it been from our mom? Has it been from our neighbors? Has it been from the government? Has it been from our insurance companies, Medicare companies, Medicare? Whatever it is, just understand that there's a lot of misinformation out there. Many people are uncertain. I want you to leave this workshop with certainty that exposure is necessary to be able to get healthier. Exposure is necessary to be able to be healthier. And for anyone at any age, regardless of what people say, right? Now, don't get me wrong. People in their 100-year-old people who are immune compromised, going through chemo, a kid who has leukemia. Guys, I get it. There's that 1% of cases, but 99% of the population, we require exposure. And so I'm going to play this quick six minute video, and it's going to illustrate what our immune system really does and what it's designed to do. And I think this is an awesome video. Normally, I don't like playing videos in my workshop, but I think this is going to be huge for you. So I'm going to make the screen a little bit bigger so you can watch this. Okay, so hang tight with me.
If you are under attack, billions of bacteria, viruses, and fungi are trying to make you their home. So our bodies have developed a super complex little army with guards, soldiers, intelligence, weapons factories, and communicators to protect you from dying. For this video, let's assume the immune system has 12 different jobs. For example, kill enemies, communicate, etc. And it has 21 different cells and 2 protein forces. These cells have up to 4 different jobs. Let's assign them. Here are the interactions. Now, let's make this understandable. First of all, let's add colors to the jobs. Now, let's illustrate the cells. The central color represents the main job of the cell, while the surrounding ones represent secondary duties. Now, the immune system looks like this. Now, the interactions. Isn't this complexity just awesome? For this video, we will only talk about these cells and ignore the rest. So, what happens in the case of an infection? It's a beautiful day when suddenly a wild rusty nail appears and you cut yourself. The first barrier of the immune system is breached, your skin. Nearby bacteria seize on the opportunity and enter your wound. They start using up the body's resources and double their numbers about every 20 minutes. At first, they fly under the radar, but when a certain bacterial population is reached, they change their behavior and start to damage the body by changing the environment around them. The immune system has to stop them as fast as possible. First of all, your guard cells, known as macrophages, intervene. They are huge cells that guard every border region of the body. Most of the time, they alone can suffocate an attack because they can devour up to 100 intruders each. They swallow the intruder whole and trap it inside a membrane. Then the enemy gets broken down by enzymes and is killed. On top of that, they cause inflammation by ordering the blood vessels to release water into the battlefield, so fighting becomes easier. You notice this as a very mild swelling. When the macrophages fight for too long, they call in heavy backup by releasing messenger proteins that communicate location and urgency. Neutrophils leave their patrol routes in the blood and move to the battlefield. The neutrophils fight so furiously that they kill healthy cells in the process. On top of that, they generate barriers that trap and kill the bacteria. They are indeed so deadly that they evolved to commit suicide after 5 days to prevent them from causing too much damage. If this is not enough to stop the invasion, the brain of the immune system kicks in. The dendritic cell gets active. It reacts to the signals of the soldiers and starts collecting samples from the enemies. They rip them into pieces and present the parts on their outer layer. Now, the dendritic cell makes a crucial decision. Should they call for antivirus forces that eradicate infected body cells or an army of bacteria killers? In this case, antibacteria forces are necessary. It then travels to the closest lymph node in about a day. Here, billions of helper and killer T cells are waiting to be activated. When T cells are born, they go through a difficult and complicated training process, and only a quarter survives. The surviving cells are equipped with a specific setup. and the dendritic cell is on its way looking for a helper T cell with a setup that's just right. It's looking for a helper T cell that can bind to the parts of the intruders which the dendritic cell has presented on its membrane. When it finally finds one, a chain reaction takes place. The helper T cell is activated. It quickly duplicates thousands of times. Some become memory T cells that stay in the lymph node and will make you practically immune against this enemy. Some travel to the field of battle to help out. And the third group goes on to travel to the center of the lymph node to activate a very powerful weapons factory. Like the T cells, they're born with a specific setup. And when a B cell and a T cell with the same setup meet, hell breaks loose. The B cell duplicates rapidly and starts producing millions of little weapons. They work so hard that they would literally die from exhaustion very fast. Here, helper T cells play another important role. They stimulate the hard-working factories and tell them, "Don't die yet, we still need you. Keep going." This also ensures that the factories die if the infection is over, so the body doesn't waste energy or hurt itself. But what is produced by the B cells? You've heard of them, of course, antibodies. Little proteins that are engineered to bind to the surface of the specific intruder. There are even different kinds of antibodies that have slightly different jobs. The helper T cells tell the plasma cells which type is needed the most in this particular invasion. Millions of them flood the blood and saturate the body. Meanwhile, at the site of infection, the situation is getting dire. The intruders have multiplied in number and start hurting the body. Guard and attack cells fight hard, but also die in the process. Helper T cells support them by ordering them to be more aggressive and to stay alive longer. But without help, they can't overwhelm the bacteria. But now the second line of defense arrives. Billions of antibodies flood the battlefield and disable lots of the intruders, rendering them helpless or killing them in the process. They also stun the bacteria and make them an easy target. Their back is built to connect to killer cells, so they can connect and kill the enemy more easily. Macrophages are especially good at gnoming up the bacteria which antibodies have attached to. Now, the balance shifts. In a team effort, the infection is wiped out. At this point, millions of body cells have already died. No big deal, the losses are quickly replenished. Most immune cells are now useless, and without the constant signals, they commit suicide, so as not to waste any resources. But some stay behind, the memory cells. If this enemy is encountered ever again in the future, they will be ready for it and probably kill it before you even notice. This was a very simplified explanation of parts of the immune system at work. Can you imagine how complex this system is? Even at this level, when we ignore so many players and all the chemistry. Life is awfully complicated, but if we take the time to understand it, we always encounter endless wonders and great beauty.
All right, guys, I hope I didn't lose too many of you. I will tell you that, when many of us, and my personality is this way too, where, if something makes sense to me from a 1,000-foot view, I'll just take the fruit and accept that it's reality, that it makes sense, that it's going to benefit me. It makes sense how this works. But some of you are like, hey, I want to dig up the roots and really get this. So that's why I played that video for those people that are like, not only do you want to take the fruit of how amazing your body is and how it heals and how the immune system works, but you really want to understand it. And so that's why I played that for those 33% of you out there who care about the specific things that happen on a cellular level. And so hopefully I didn't lose all of you guys or many of you. But one of the things we got to focus on in our immune system is our gut health. There's a gut immune system connection, and it's over 70% of our immune system comes from the health of our gut. And so if your gut is not healthy and well, that is one of the things you have to get and check in order. So what I would say is this: do you have bloating? Do you have sensitivity to foods that are unnecessary and getting more sensitive over time? Do you have constipation? Do you have IBS-like symptoms? Do you have a diarrhea a lot? Whatever the symptoms may be, maybe it's just erratic gut health. It's time that we get that in check. We have amazing supplements for that. Of course, chiropractic is going to be the number one thing because that affects actually the microbiome of the gut. So it actually affects your gut health too, is by getting adjusted, of course. But I want to make sure that you guys are not only getting adjusted, but fueling your body with the right nutrients and minerals that it needs, starting with even specific supplements that can help you, right? So if you have any questions about what supplements to take, I want you to text this number right now. This is our team number. Text this number right now. Is that what supplements do I need for gut health? What supplements do I need for gut health, or hey, gut health supplements, ? And we'll be able to get to you. So it's 314-266-8971, 314-266-8971. But yeah, the gut health, guys, is going to be huge for you. You have to make sure that you're addressing that and not ignoring that. It's not just normal to have bad gut health. It's actually abnormal. So it's time to change that. Also, what do we understand about fevers, coughs, and sniffles? Obviously a fever is designed to help you. Listen, when I was being raised, I was born in the early 80s, and many of you were born, earlier than that. But fevers were known as a fact to be a good thing for you. A fever is designed to kill infections, viral, bacterial, fungal infections. But we're taught now as parents that fevers are bad and to give people Tylenol or to give people medication. So what happens is this. You have to understand fevers are a good thing if you monitor them. You can't ignore fevers because that's just not intelligent. You have to listen to that as a warning sign and understand that fevers are a good thing, and that we have to support them as much as we can. Hydrate like crazy, taking Epsom salt baths, just getting a lot of fluids. The only concern with fevers is that if we're dehydrated, that's when I'm concerned, right? So we got to stay hydrated. Coughs are designed to get things out of your system. Sinuses or drainage is designed to get things out of your system because you've been exposed to allergens of some sort. So understand that fevers, coughs, sniffles, throwing up, diarrhea, whatever the case may be, is actually designed to benefit you and not hurt you, whether you like it or not. It's designed to help your body. So understand, even symptoms that may not feel good or be maybe inconvenient are designed to help your body heal. Okay, so we can't shut that down. So fever is designed to kill things. I decided I just went over that, right? And so if you have questions about fevers, once again, if you ever have a fever, if your kid has a fever, text this number, and we'll give you some peace in that, and understand that we're here for you guys, and we'll kind of walk you through what to do. Number one thing is getting adjusted. Many times that people are being exposed to an infection of some level, and they come in and they get adjusted. Sometimes their body does create a fever because the fever is designed to kill off the virus or kill off the bacterial infection, right? So text us anytime you have a fever. We're here for you. Might as well put this number in your phone. This is our text line, okay? So that's going to be huge for you guys, okay? And when we look at immune stressors, there's a lot of them out there. But what are the things we can do to combat stress, right? These are 5 essentials. They're not just 5 good ideas, but they're 5 essentials to your health. Number 1 is chiropractic care. That's right. When you get adjusted, your stress hormones like cortisol start to decrease. Your white blood cell count starts to increase up to 48%. Some research studies say up to 200%. Your metabolism goes up, your testosterone, human growth hormone, estrogen, all those things spike. All the happy hormones go up, and all the bad hormones go down when you're getting adjusted, right? And of course, if there's internal stress in your nervous system, there's no way your body can actually fully engage in this environment and fully develop the immune system response quickly in order to heal and function 100%. Number 2 is nutrition. You got to make sure that you're eating foods, even though you may be stressed out there. We got to make sure we're eating foods that are going to benefit us, not hurt our stress. And that's right. Food can actually cause more of a physiological stress in the body or a chemical stress in the body. But if we eat healthier and take the right supplements and do the right things with our food and drink, that's going to actually mitigate or reduce the risk of stress damaging our bodies long term. Mindset, huge, guys. I mean, you got to protect what's going into your heart and going over to your mind. If you don't protect your mindset, it's going to be destroyed by the world that we live in, unfortunately, right? Whatever bleeds leads. Whatever's negative news is going to be watched. We don't want to be part of the norm. We got to be set aside, be completely different, understand who you are, and where you are right now. Being present is going to be hugely beneficial for your mindset. Oxygen and exercise, making sure you're moving your joints because you were given joints to move, getting your heart rate up, getting your lungs opened up so you can breathe in oxygen. By the way, we actually need oxygen. It's one of the most nutrient deprived things in our bodies right now in our culture, especially with what's happening with the masks that are being worn. People are getting less oxygen and more CO2 toxicity depending on the mask you're wearing, depending on the length of time you're wearing it, depending if you're changing your mask. This is huge, right? But outside of the masks, we are in a sedentary lifestyle where we're not getting enough movement. Our lungs aren't getting opened up enough. We're not getting enough oxygen. So you got to move every day. Minimize chemicals and toxicity is looking at the things that are around you in your environment that maybe you're breathing in, that you're putting on your skin, that you're cleaning your home with, that can be toxic. And toxins are in an interference to the body's ability to heal. I mean, people can, if they're toxic, they're going to be more exposed. They're going to not have the ability to adapt to the infections they're facing, right? So this is not just like, oh, that's too far gone for me. No, we can start detoxing immediately. And that's what I want to make sure you guys understand when we go through this. So nutrition. I mean, what are some big things with nutrition? I mean, the obvious things are looking at sugar. I mean, sugar is a anti-nutrient. It is addictive. It has 8 times the affinity. Cancer cells have 8 times the affinity for sugar than it does oxygen. And so it's feeding sickness. I mean, sugar feeds sickness, especially the processed sugar that you see on the screen here, right? So we got to cut out sugar. We had to, for some of you, I say reduce sugar, but let's just, for some of you who've been in patients for a while, it's time to cut it out. 90% of it should be gone. Because it's just, we're too addicted to it, really. I mean, honestly, they even say it has the same level of effect on our brain as cocaine does. And if someone who's trying to get off sugar has ever tried that, you're going to agree, right? It is an addiction, and it's nearly in everything that we're consuming, right? So we got to cut out sugar. It's also going to be pro-inflammatory, and as I said, most importantly, it's anti-nutrient. We got to watch out for that. So one of the things that we recommend is the advanced plan. Now on the advanced plan, it really focuses on good quality proteins, high quality healthy fats, no sugars, a lot of greens, pretty much everything you see on the screen here. The only types of fruits that I would recommend on the advanced plan are berries and Granny Smith apples. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're in a bind and you're starving and there's a Snickers bar versus a banana, like, just eat the banana. It's okay. But understand that, don't go for the donut if there's an option for apples. Just grab the apple, right? And so the advanced plan's in our book, and the Align Your Health book. And so if you haven't picked that book up and read through the advanced plan, just do it. You're going to benefit from it. There's recipes in there. I follow the advanced plan about 80% of the time. I follow the core plan about 20% of the time. The difference between the advanced plan and the core plan, if you're not aware of that, is the core plan is going to implement more good grains, healthy grains like brown rice and quinoa and sweet potatoes. The advanced plan really tries to cut all out those grains because that can still be inflammatory. So listen, guys, we're not looking for perfection on a nutrition program, but you got to do something. We can't just live like every other American. And we want it to be a nutrition program, not a nutrition diet, right? We don't want to do diet because diet just makes me hungry thinking about it, right? So we got to make sure that we're actually looking at this as a program and as choices, right? Another thing that helps with the immune system is elderberry. Elderberry syrup, we carry this in the clinic now. Why do we do that? Because more and more research is coming out how this is helping our immune system, especially our pulmonary system, our cardiovascular system, our eyes, ears, nose, and throat. This is huge. And so throw away your cough syrup and use elderberry syrup, okay? We do want to go through a medicine cabinet makeover. That means throw away the crap that you buy from Walgreens or CVS or Sam's or Costco or whatever it is. Throw away the over-the-counter crap because there's healthier stuff you can use now. So if you want help on a medicine cabinet makeover, all you got to do is text in and email. You can email hfwstl@gmail.com and say, hey, I want a medicine cabinet makeover. Send me some advice that you can do. And then also, or you can text in 314-266-8971 for a medicine cabinet makeover, okay? So as we go on to garlic's another thing that is, it's been around for thousands of years, but one study finds that supplementing with garlic reduces the risk of illness by 63%, as well as duration of illness by 70%. So, and why is garlic so important? It's antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal. You know what else is? Coconut oil. Coconut oil is antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. So coconut oil in your life every single day, garlic in your life every single day. And it's going to be huge for you. Okay. It's going to be huge for you. Citrus fruits. Why? Because vitamin C. Now you can supplement with vitamin C. That's the most efficient way to do it. But I like a combination of getting citrus fruits, especially lemons and limes in your water. That's going to be huge. And it's going to help with your pH balance, actually. So you want to make sure you stick with lemons and limes every day and supplementing with vitamin C. Okay, it's going to be huge for you guys. Everyone needs to be taking vitamin C. We're vitamin C deprived, so we need to be doing that. Immune Boost Bundle. So this is going to have our Daily Defense Vitamin C, Daily Defense Vitamin C, probiotics, garlic and parsley oil blend, vitamin D3. And so these are going to be supplements that you're going to want to have on hand at your home. And if you don't have these, I want to make sure you get these. And the best way to do that is by simply texting in or calling the number on the bottom of the screen. Now, if you want to get these supplements, the Daily Defense, vitamin C, probiotic, garlic, and vitamin D3, if you want to get this bundle, it's 20% off today. When you watch this video, if you text or call this number on the screen, so 20% off that bundle, which is going to be incredible for you. So I want to make sure you guys get that. But yeah, I want to go over really like what are some supplements that you need. Vitamin D3 is going to be huge because really most everyone I've ever tested or we've tested or seen tests from here in St. Louis is vitamin D3 deprived. And so the reason is we're not getting enough sunlight. We're not getting enough sunlight. And I think that's one of the things that we have to recognize as a huge concern, because vitamin D3 has been shown over and over again to help the immune system. And if we don't focus on vitamin D3, meaning if we're not going to the beach every day with our torso exposed for 20 minutes a day, we're not getting enough vitamin D3. So I take 5,000 to 10,000 IUs a day, depending on stress levels, depending on the season, and depending on if I'm traveling or sleep patterns, whatever it is. But our vitamin D3 with probiotics has one pill is 5,000 IUs, two pills is of course 10,000 IUs. I take 10,000 IUs during this season, but as we get into summer, those summer months, I only take about 5,000 IUs unless I'm traveling or things are getting crazy. Okay, so you got to take vitamin D3 with probiotics, and the key is with probiotics, it helps with the absorption rate of the vitamin D3 on a daily basis. Vitamin C complex with quercetin and bioflavonoids is going to be huge for you guys. I take this every day. This is what we recommend for the vitamin C supplement. You're going to want to get that probiotic 50 billion. There's 10 different types of blends in here of probiotics. This is going to be huge for the lower colon. We do have a Max GI supplement that's great for the upper GI system, helps with food enzymes and breaking down of food and nutrients. But this is going to be one of those things you're going to want to get, the probiotics 50 blend. A garlic and parsley oil blend. I love this because it has the garlic. I don't want to smell like garlic all day, all the time. So I would recommend taking a garlic supplement and a parsley oil blend. This has been huge for my immune system and for a lot of our patients' immune systems. Daily defense helps with inflammation, helps with oxidative stress, and protects against free radicals. There's curcumin in this, turmeric, and so this is going to be a huge blend. I like this just across the board for inflammation of the body, but it really helps mitigate stress. So that's going to be huge for you guys. Okay. Oxygen and exercise, guys. I mean, if you're not exercising, well, hold on, before we get to exercise, once again, I just wanted to make sure you guys hear it. 20% off bundle, text or call if you want to get that bundle, and we will get that for you. Okay. Get that for you. So as we go into oxygen and exercise, guys, starting anywhere is going to be better than not starting at all. And so making sure you're moving your joints every day, you're exercising every single day. I want you to sweat every day, sweat every single day. I know some of you are like, oh, I don't like to sweat, but you got to sweat every day. And I would say getting 30 to 60 minutes of movement a day into any capacity is better than nothing at all. So I want to make sure you guys are exposed to that. If you need help with that, just let us know. On top of exercise, I want you to focus on deep breathing patterns. I would do that 3 times a day, really focus on taking 3 huge deep breaths in through your nose, hold it for 3 seconds and out through your mouth, 3 times in the morning, 3 times around lunch, and 3 times around dinner or bedtime. And that's huge for you because we are oxygen deprived in our culture. Okay. Importance of sunshine. Well, it helps with vitamin D creation of our body. So when we get sunshine on our skin, our body creates vitamin D3. It also helps bring down inflammation. This is why if you've been on a trip to Florida or California or any beach, you're super happy, you're super tan, and you feel great. Why? Because maybe you were removed from a stressful situation, but also because that sunshine is healing. It is. I look at sunshine as a nutrient, and we should be getting sunshine every day. Okay. Max T3 is something is an exercise that we teach in our clinic, and actually our team member Morgan, she runs this once a week. It's an absolutely complimentary class. And Max T3 is focused on time, tempo, and type. So we want to change up the time, we change up the tempo, and we change up the type of exercise on a daily basis. We don't want to get in a rut or routine because guess what? A rut in exercise is mind-numbing. It is boring. It's not fun at all. And so we'll teach you how to do that. Usually it's on Thursday nights, but check in with the team so that you can get plugged into what we're doing there. That'll be huge for you. Mindset, guys. I think one of the biggest things understanding how amazing your body is and that you're not victim to the viral infections. You're not a victim to the bacterial infections out there, but we're designed to build up our immune system. We're designed to influence our immune system and really focus on health promotion, not just sickness avoidance, right? And so we got to focus on health promotion, being proactive with our health, and not wait till we lose our health to not focus on our health, okay? So stress in the immune system, I think there's 3 levels of stress that we have to address. 1 is our emotional stress. 2 is our physical stress, and 3 is our chemical stress. So what falls in line with the emotional stress is your relationship with God, what you're watching, what you're listening to, other people. At the end of the day, you can't control other people's responses. You can only control yours, right? So focusing on your emotional stress. What are the lies that are in between your ears? Because at the end of the day, the biggest interference is what's in between your ears. So it's time to remove that interference, focus on the mindset shift. And that's what you can do in regards to your environment. Number 2 is the physical stress, which is how you're sitting, traumas in the past, carrying a purse on one side, sleeping on one side at night, sitting on a wall all the time, driving the car for extended periods of time, whatever that is, right? That's a physical stress. Number 3 is the chemical stress, which is really medications, toxins in your environment, and then crappy nutrition. That's pretty much what it is. So those 3 stressors, physical, chemical, and emotional stress, can damage the immune system chronically, not just acutely, but chronically, okay, chronically. So minimize chemicals. Looking at the things in our environment, we do have a detox cheat sheet per se. It's our PDF that we have on how to actually, what are some top 10 things that you can do to detox, and how does that look? And so if you want that, all you got to do is simply just email hfwstl@gmail.com, and we'll give you that top things to do when it comes to detoxing. Okay, it's going to be huge for you. We do have a supplement called Daily Detox, which I highly recommend. And that's something that I'm currently taking. I usually do 3 months at a time of that, take a month off, do another 3 months at a time. Really helps with the detoxing of the cellular, on a cellular level, but also on a colon level, okay? Looking at your shower, what's in your shower, looking at what you're cleaning your clothes with, cleaning your dishes with, what you're breathing in, the quality of the water that you're consuming, like all of that matters with toxins. And guess what? Toxins affect our immune system, right? And so we got to be sure that we're reducing the toxic load as much as we can. And I had to put this in here: proper hand washing, not using Purell, not using the crap that they're putting for hand sanitizer. That is toxic junk. Okay, so best is washing your hands with healthy soap, right? Washing your hands can reduce respiratory illness by up to 20% and diarrhea illness by 30%. Use soap and water. Who would have thought? Wash your hands for 20 seconds. I don't feel like I'm not teaching kindergartners here, but washing your hands is the most effective way to do that. But using healthy soap matters. We use Better Life soap. I recommend Better Life. There's a lot of other brands out there that are healthier brands. So making sure you switch up all the soaps you're using in your home to be healthy. If you need help with that, just let us know. It is a process. Chiropractic care, guys. Chiropractic care is going to influence your immune system in a positive way. Chiropractic patients under care for 5 years or more have been found to have a 200% greater immune competency than those people who had not received chiropractic care. And I will tell you, every single time I have a maintenance call or a maintenance review with patients that have been around in my office for 3, 4, 5, 8 years, guess what? They're never sick. They're never sick. They literally say, I'm going to keep coming because it makes sense to feel good, be healthy, but most importantly, I haven't been sick since I've been coming to you. Because chiropractic care stimulates the immune system response, brings down the stress response, and allows you to feel and heal at 100%. And that's what we want for you and your family for the rest of your life. And if you're not a patient yet, everyone ends up becoming a patient at our clinic. Why? Because it just makes sense to have a healthy nervous system and a healthy functioning immune system. And guess why? Because you deserve it. You deserve it. It makes sense. You deserve it. And biopsychology says that the brain is impacted by chiropractic care. Like when you get adjusted, it affects the brain chemistry. It affects your brain health, right? So why would we not want to affect our brain through the health of our spine? And guess what? We do. So guess what? You deserve it. Your kids deserve it. Your grandchildren deserve it. Your spouse deserves it. It's not just for pain. It's for biopsychology, the health of your brain and your immune system. It's a no-brainer, guys. No-brainer. No pun intended. Warning signs. If you or someone you know, love, and care about that isn't under chiropractic care has warning signs like these, it's time that we do something different. It's time that we figure out what's causing these warning signs. Now, these warning signs that people have, you may have, a loved one may have, are symptoms, and your body's whispering at you. If your body's whispering you something's wrong, if we listen to that whisper, it never becomes a scream or a yell at you. It means crisis. So let's listen to the whispers of our body. Become super sensitive to what our body's saying. If you're sick often, it's not normal. If you have sinus infections, it's not normal. If you have chronic allergies to where you can't live, you're missing something. Something's not right? And so we want to make sure that we're looking at those symptoms and starting to look for the cause of them, starting in the spine, but also looking at nutrition, exercise, detoxing mindset, right? And so action steps. What are your action steps? I want you to step back and say, okay, what have I learned from this? What am I not doing wrong? Or what am I not doing right? What have I missed over time? Do I want to get that bundle of 20% off? Do I want to really focus on the next thing when it comes to toxicity? Do I want to get more sleep at night? Because by the way, guys, you should be in bed by 9:30. You should be in sleep between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. That's the most effective time to get rest and sleep, between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. And sleep patterns drastically affect the immune system. So you got to be sleeping. So maybe it's sleep patterns. Maybe it's exercising first thing in the morning. Maybe it's cutting out certain sugars. Maybe it's taking supplements or detoxing. Maybe it's you miss your chiropractic appointments. Now you need to make them up. Maybe you have them doing your rehab. Guys, do your rehab. It helps the CSF fluid, the cerebral spinal fluid, move faster. Therefore, it helps with your lymphatic system and helps with the nourishment of the brain. Okay, so what are your action steps? And I want to hear from you. Okay, I want to hear from your action steps. So I want you to email your action steps to this email, hfwstl@gmail.com, hfwstl@gmail.com. Because why? We want to be accountability partners because we're your health partners. Upcoming opportunities, guys. We have some amazing opportunities coming up in the office to get connected, to get discounts and supplements, to get your family and friends in the clinic. It's nonstop. We're always trying to be as active as possible. And I'll be honest with you, during these times, I've missed that interaction with these events that we're doing. But what's allowed us to do is allowed us to become more internet driven, more social media driven. So doing things like this workshop online, Facebook lives like crazy. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. I'm doing lives every week. Also Instagram, we're doing a lot of things on Instagram, our newsletter. I want to make sure you guys are plugged into everything. So follow us, Facebook, Instagram, get on our newsletter list. If you're not getting a newsletter once or twice every other week, you're missing the loop, right? So get plugged in there and just reach out to us, guys. We're here for you. Connecting, you guys. Listen, I would say I have the best team in chiropractic care across the world. They've been with me for up to 6 years. Dr. Brian's been with us over 3 years, and they're just incredible. They're here for you. They're not here for me. They're here for you. They're not here for a paycheck. They're here for your stories. They're here for your transformation. They're here for your family. Listen, connect with us. If you have questions, ask. We'll help you. We're here to help you experience health on a whole new level that some people will never get to experience. Drug-free, surgery-free, as long as we possibly can. The number to text in for help is this number, 314-266-8971. If you know anybody that needs to become a patient in our clinic, listen, call us, text us. We're here. We'll honor the discounted rate. Normally, new patient appointments are $150, which includes x-rays and everything that's going on with new patients. And if you're watching this and you contact us, it's only $60. Literally you save $90. You just got to say, I watched the webinar. I want to get the $60 new patient appointment, which includes all the x-rays, new patient exam, consultation, nervous system scan, which is normally thousands of dollars in the hospital. We do it for only $60 if you contact us right now. Okay, so contact us. You can call or text this number right here. Okay, and guys, I'll tell you, as we look and see where we are in our culture, in our country, when it comes to healthcare, my vision is greater than you can ever imagine. It's greater than you getting 45-degree curves in your spine. It's greater than you getting rid of back pain or off 5 medications. Of course, I want that for you. But this vision is amazing because the vision I have for you and your family is going to surpass you and your family. It's going to be for generations to come. See, epigenetics says that with what we do with our lifestyle today, when it comes to choosing health, can influence up to 4 generations from now. And what I'll tell you is this: you deserve it. Your family deserves it. Your future generations, your family line deserve to be healthy and well. And maybe you are the one that does it. Maybe you're the one that starts it off. Maybe you're the weird one, right? Maybe you're the weird one in the neighborhood or in your family or your workplace. Guys, we're here for you. We love you. We care about you. And we're part of this movement called Max Living, which is designed to transform healthcare. We got 500 offices across the world doing this workshop this week. And it's amazing to think and know that there's 500 offices times 150 plus people watching the same exact video, and they're doing amazing. And so I just wanted to acknowledge you and say, I appreciate you. I love you for who you are and what you've done in your life and what you currently continue to do with your health, that I'm here for you. I wake up thinking about how I can impact your health on a greater level. And my heart's in this. My team's heart's in this for you, and I will fight for you when it comes to health and healing. We just need you to fight with us. All right, guys. So with that being said, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you apply this information to everybody, to not just your life, but to share it with everybody you love and care about most. Because at the end of the day, once again, not only do you deserve this, but that person that you're going to influence with this knowledge deserves to be healthy and well. Once again, you were created to heal. The principles are simple. Doing it is challenging. That's what we want to do. We want to bridge the gap between simple and challenging and make this part of your lifestyle for the rest of your life. God bless you guys. Have an awesome day.